Hey guys, Donnie here, and you're watching Big Drone Flyer 77. And when we come back, I got this old school big guy here. This is the H109 brushless quadcopter. It's a manual flyer, but first let's get to that intro, so stay tuned. Hey, welcome back everyone. Donnie here, and thanks for joining me today on Big Drone Flyer. Today, this one is a really cool Hubsan. This is the H109. It's the brushless X4. It's one of the older school ones before they came out with the H501S and drones like that. This is just a basic flyer. It's a manual flyer, so you don't have no altitude hold or GPS on it. So Hubsan sent this out to me, and it's Hubsan through Amazon, and I was pretty excited when they contacted me, asked me if I wanted to review this, because heck yeah, it's brushless, it's fast, it's going to be kind of like the Bugs 3, but not quite as responsive, I would say. But I noticed on the box it says that it has 360 flips on it. That I don't believe it does, so I don't know why it's marked on the box. I don't know if I'm missing something. If anybody has any ideas, and leave me a comment down there, I'd appreciate it. But so far reading the manual, I didn't see anything about doing 360 flips. So I'm going to do just a short flight with this after the unboxing, and just to get a feel for it. Maybe later on I'll do a flight time. There's a lot of videos out there. I've seen guys getting 18 to 20 minutes flight time. Hubsan says 20 minutes, so it's going to be within that time range. The battery, I don't know how old the battery is, since this is probably 2 or 3 years old. I'm not too sure if they remade this model in the last year or two again. I'm not 100% sure about that, but let's just get this open, see what's inside, and then I'm going to go ahead and take it out to the park. It's getting really windy, so it's going to be a pretty quick flight, you guys, just to get a feel for it. So, all right, stay tuned. Let's get to the unboxing. Alright, let me get this thing unboxed really quickly here. I did open it up already just to see if everything was in there, and so far so good. And I thought this thing is awesome. I always wanted one, so it was an honor that Hubsan got a hold of me and asked me to review this, because it's really a cool drone. You got some manuals here. You got the warning disclaimer, and then you got the Hubsan X4 brushless manual here. Go through the operations on the controller and stuff. It comes pretty well boxed. Here's the drone itself. Propellers are already on, which is nice. They give you a set of 4 extras. Let me see if I can tilt this box up here. So you get extra set of propellers, and you get the charger here, which I charged up the battery already, and the controller is, I can't believe how big that controller is. It's really nice. I like the antenna system it has on here. So the modes are pretty basic. I mean, it's a manual flyer, so you see that it's no altitude hold. And then you got right here, you press this big button to go to regular mode or expert mode. It's got some other little fine tuning to go and adjust the trims and the sensitivity in the controls here. I'm probably not going to go through that out there in the field. I'm just going to want to get a feel for it first. Like I said, I was looking in the manual, and I didn't see anything about 360 flips. They do give you a prop tool to help you get the propellers off the drone. And let me get this out of the way for a second here. But the battery is just like the Hubsan H501S. It is, I think it's a little bit smaller actually. This one's 2300 milliamps, 7.4 volt, and it's a 20C. So I believe, I can't remember if it was 2700 milliamps the 501S has, but you're going to be able to use the battery. I have an upgrade too from Ingpal. I'll leave a link for that too, and it's 2700 milliamps. So you can upgrade the battery and be able to put it in there and slide it in. I might groove out the bottom here, so that way I don't have to keep shoving the wires in there. I could be able to run the wires on the outside and close the door. So I may just kind of groove that out, so that way I don't have to keep trying to shove those wires in there. But the controller itself, I got to get a screwdriver. I'm going to pause you for 1 second because I want to show you the inside real quick. So let me pause you for 1 second, get a screwdriver, open this up, and I'll show you the different options it has inside, which is like the Pro controller, or even the H501S, I believe, has that option of being able to run a LiPo battery instead of double A's, but they give you the option to have either one. So let me get that open and I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, I took the screw out. This plate pops open. I put some cheapy batteries in there right now, so it takes 8 double A's in this little pack here, but you can actually slide it out, and it's got a JST connector in here. So that way you can put a JST connector with a LiPo battery in there. That way you're not going through these batteries. You can just put a LiPo in there and recharge it. So that makes it awesome for me. I think all controllers should have that. So that is a really neat option there. And see if I get this plugged back in. That's the only bad part, is plugging this thing back in is a little bit difficult, but you are going to have to put that screw back in because this plate will keep popping up on you. It will not stay closed. So, but anyways, here's the on and off switch, and then you got your display. And the cool thing on it is it actually gives you a little bit of telemetry, which is at least the battery voltage. So it will read what your battery has in the drone, and it will have a I believe it has a low signal to let you know when the battery's getting low. So I haven't got to test that yet. We'll have to test that out in the field. But definitely a really cool controller. I like that. So anyways, if you guys want some more information, there's a lot of videos on this. And you guys can look up some more things or just ask me some questions in the comments. But I think the cool thing, what I'm going to do with this later, is actually probably put an FPV camera on it. I think that would be pretty neat. Should be able to use those same legs, the aftermarkets, to put those legs on and have a GoPro on there, because it definitely has enough power to lift it. So you might want to do that later. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, but I am going to put an FPV camera on it. I think that's going to be a really fun flyer, as long as you have enough room, because these ones right here, they don't brake very well. As in, if you're new to drones, braking is when you're coming into the turn and you go to spin it around and you're going to full throttle it to go back the other way. It takes a lot of room before it stops and starts heading the other way. So just a warning to you guys, for those who have like a Bugs 3, definitely not as powerful, but it does have a lot of power to it. But we're just going to have to go out in the field and test it out for ourselves, so stay tuned for that. I'm with the old school H109. This is just a brushless model, manual controlled, so there's no camera, no nothing. This is just a straight flyer and it's controlled manually. So I went in and charged up the battery last night, and I want to get this for a flight. It's getting pretty windy, and actually you want to turn on the controller first. Let me do that first. Controller's on. Plug this in. Later on I'll mod this and probably do a little cutout at the bottom so I don't have to stuff the wires in like this. I could be able to just shave a little spot down here and bring the wires out. So alright, you guys, I love this because, like I said, it's a manual flyer, so there's nothing special to it. It's just that I can come out here and have some fun. You can change the rate of speed. There's high rate there, which I'll keep it in expert mode, they call it. You have some other adjustments here to where you can adjust the sensitivity by holding this button down and being able to adjust the sensitivity for the sticks and things like that. So anyways, I just want to go for a flight before it does rain, and it's supposed to start raining again the rest of this week. So you have your telemetry here. Full battery on the drone, full battery on the receiver here on the controller. So start this one up, you just go
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and calibrate it. And you won't be able to see that. Let me try this side here. You won't be able to see that because it's so bright. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and fire up the motors by out. Alright, here we go. This thing's pretty sporty. This is the old school original Hubsan X4. Then you guys know the newer version, that's the camera drone. The camera drone that's got the gimbal and all that stuff. Alright, let me bring this down a little bit. So this is non-GPS, it is not altitude hold. You do have to control the height yourself. So you can kind of stick the controller a little bit. It does stick right there, so I can kind of get it where I want. But yeah, this thing's pretty cool, you guys. Just a really decent flyer. I'm going to put a camera on it later. So much stuff you can do with this. I'm going to put an FPV camera on it as well. Kind of reminds me of the Bugs 3. But yeah, this one I believe came out right before they came out with the GPS version of the H501. So this thing will dig itself down, so you got to be careful. I'm going to have to adjust the pitch rate, which you could do on here, and I'll fine tune that later. I'm getting bugs attacking the drone right now. But I just want to go for a flight. I'm supposed to be able to do flips, so I'll have to check that out here shortly. It is hard to see the orientation on this one. I'm going to have to, let me adjust that a little bit here for the, it's going to the left quite a bit. See if I can get that worked out. Alright, let's see, that's a little bit better. Now I'm going to have to do forward here in a second here. Yeah, let's do forward a little bit. Alright. Boy, those butterflies do not like that drone. I got some people here with the dogs, so I'm going to have to just kind of cruise this, you guys. So, alright guys, I'm going to take this thing back up for a flight. There were some kids that came through here, so I have to be careful. So I'm just going to go for a flight. I'm not going to be able to test all full functions right now, just because of you can hear the kids in the background. I just don't want to take a chance. So, you know, it's a cool little flyer. I think a nice little FPV camera on here would be pretty cool if you got the area for it. You can see the wind's picking this thing up. The wind's starting to come in now. And this thing does not have a very good braking system on this one. I'm used to the Bugs 3, so I'm used to it being able to stop on a dime almost, so I definitely have to be careful not to go over there to the playground area. The wind's coming pretty good right now, so I'm getting people out here walking. They're going to play with their dogs out here, so I'm going to have to cut this short for you guys. But anyways, you guys get the point. It's just a good little flyer. It's old school, before they came out with GPS drone. So, you know, a lot of things you could do with this. Put an action camera, you can mod a mount on there, and then actually mod FPV on there as well. So you can either hot glue a camera up there on top, or maybe underneath. But yeah, we're not going to do any range tests, no, nothing like that today. I apologize, you guys. But this is the only time I could get a flight in before it starts raining. Boy, you lose the orientation in this pretty quick. The lights aren't very bright. You can shut off the lights. I was trying to show that, and that wind is bad. Let's see if I can get this steady by holding this down a few seconds. It says it's supposed to shut them off, but I don't see anything. Let me try the other side. Hold on. No, it's not doing anything. Alright, I thought I'd try it. Nope, they're not shutting off. That's what it says in the book. It says to hold this. From mode 2, you would hold this trim button down for a few seconds and it's supposed to shut the LED lights off, but mine's not doing it. Maybe I have to be landed. Let me try that instead. It's worth a try here. See if I can get this on the pad here. Okay, let me shut this down. Let's see if I can do that. Shut them off. No, they're still lit up. Let me try the other side. No. No, it's not doing anything. Nope, I don't see any lights shutting off. Oh well, it was worth a shot. Anyways, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this. I wish I had a little bit better flight put in here, but with the wind, this thing does not break very good. It is a very cool drone. I'm going to do a lot more with it, so you guys will see some mods here in the future. So this one here, it's supposed to get somewhere around like 15 to 20 minute flight time. I'm going to be unable to test that for you today. We're getting some more people coming in behind me here, and I'm starting to attract a bunch of kids, and I just don't want them to get hurt just in case. I don't quite know this drone yet, and I'm not very comfortable with it. And you can hear the kids screaming in the background back there. So,
alright guys, hey, this is my conclusion. This thing is actually pretty cool. It's definitely, I had to kind of get used to it out there, as you can see on the flight. I was definitely right about the braking. Kind of scared me for a minute because it came over me and kind of kept going before it'd go and pull out of it and head forward. But I had a lot of wind out there, so the wind is picking up, and we've been getting rain clouds coming because it's going to start raining again this week. So but other than that, you know, I think this would be fun, FPV flying, as long as you got enough room. I'm going to have to get a little more used to it and brake a lot sooner. But the expert mode works pretty good. Just still got to give yourself some time into the turn to pull back out. It's definitely not a bugstery. It lacks a little power in that department, but you know, other than that, it's a good flyer. I like it. I sure appreciate Hubsan for sending this out. You guys, I'll leave a link in the descriptions where you can find it on Amazon. You can also find it on Hubsan's website. You know, so for some reason, if they're out of stock on Amazon, you can go to the Hubsan website. It's actually from Hubsan. So I appreciate it, Hubsan, for sending this out. That was awesome of you guys. Definitely going to try out some more things. I'm going to do the upgrade battery and do the FPV camera next. So look forward to that. I'll probably do that more towards the summertime. Just because even though we're finally, you know, coming out of winter and we're in spring, I'm still getting rain here in California and a lot of wind. Even though if it ends up being sunny, we're getting like tons of wind this year for some reason. So, but anyways, all right, guys. Hey, thanks for watching. Like always, guys, God bless, cheers, and happy flying.